Alright, hi everybody. How are we doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be going over Genesis 10, verse 16, the name Girgashite. Now we've covered the Chetit, or Chetiti, Chetit, however you'd like to pronounce it. We've covered the Jebusite. We've covered the Amorite. And we've seen what these alternative names for these people are. And really briefly, I can bring them up on screen. We've seen the Jebusite. Jebusite is the Ibisu or Imishi. Imishi. The Amorite, even under its strong concordance name, is not Amorite, it is Amorite, and these are the Emirates, or the Arab Emirates, or the United Arab Emirates. Now, when we get to verse 17, we already have the Arkavati and Arkavadi. Arkavati is a river, Arkavadi is a peoples. So, we have these already pre-recorded, and I just don't know how I'm releasing them. When these are actually before this one, so you'll see the other ones first before you even see any of this. When we look at this, we are dealing with the term Girgashite. When we type in Girgashite and say, oh, dear etymology, please explain this to it. Excuse me. Oh, I had a drink. I do. It's right in front of me. Unbelievable. So, etymology online. Please tell me what Girgashite is, and etymology says, I don't know. So we had a big problem looking for Girgashite because, as a full word, we don't really find that much. But as we start breaking the word down, now usually I take these tabs in order, but since I explained it this way, I'll start showing you this way. First off, you go with G-I-R, Girgashite. Okay, so there is no such thing as Girgashite. Now, if there is, I can't find it. And finding the Girgashite doesn't truly help me. Now, honestly, and by the end of the video, you'll understand why. But when I take off Gur and type in Gashite people, as you can see right there, the search engine tries to help me out. And it says, you don't want Girgashite people, you want Sagashite people. Or you can say Saga shit. Okay, so you see when I type in Gashite, Maya Gashi. Now that's a profile, so that's a person's name. So don't get fooled by stupid shit, right? Girgashite, 7 occurrences in the Bible, and it just keeps saying the same thing over and over again. So when you're tired of hearing that shit, you're gonna say, hey, what else did you try to give me? It tried to give me Sagashite. Now you saw, if you rewind the video a second ago, it only gave me 2 options. Gashite and Sagashite people. Now it's giving me what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other. Okay, these 2 at the top were here. Excuse me. These 2 were here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 4 left over. So now they gave me 10 options. At first they gave me 2 options. Now they gave me 10 options of what to look for. Now, it doesn't mean it's correct. It just means it's more options. Okay, so I'm going to go with Sagashite. Sagashite. And it's not Sagashite, it's Saga shit, like poop. And I'll show you why. Now, when I say, what is saga shit, or since they keep pushing it on me, and it turns out it's this comic book. Of course, it's a Japanese comic book. All right, so as we get further into this, you'll start to understand. So then we deal with the name Saga Shit comes from Full Moon O Saga Shit. Okay, so we just have to say, okay, well, what does Saga Shit mean? Because this has to do with Girgashite, and we're on Saga Shit right now. So Saga Shit deals with searching for. That's what the phrase Saga Shit means. Now, when you ask again, you say, hey, what is Saga Shit's meaning? It literally tells you here. This one, it's out of order. Saga Shit here. Let me bring this down here. Since it means looking for. So one translates to searching for, and then the other translates to looking for. But both of them have absolutely nothing to do with a people group. But what it does tell us is the only people on the fucking earth that use the word gosh it is Japanese people. That is one clue that is revealed. So we're going to go further into this. So now we have to say, okay, we haven't found anything for saga shit really, except for what it means. We know the Japanese people use it, and we can't find anything for gaga shit. So this is useless, this is useless, this is useless, that one's useless, that one's useless. Now let's have some fun. Now it's time to break the word up. So then we're going to type in Gerga, and now when I say etymology online, please give me some Gerga. Okay, and we just keep going, and it's like, no, I don't have anything. So etymology is pretty useless on this. Okay, so since we tried to break down Gerga, what's left over? Shit. Five-letter word. Shite. Now, it's an alternative spelling to shit, as in poop. So you take Gerga and you take shit, and whatever Gerga means, and then shit will always fucking mean shit. Got it? Good. Okay, shit, skitten. So if you go to take a skitten, you're actually shitting, right? Today you're just shitting if you go and take a skitten. That's why, excuse my French, in the disgusting world of porn, they have that scat, right? All that has to do with SC and T, whatever vowel, scoot, scot, it's all pooping, right? Scottish wear kilt, so it's easy to poop, right? All right. Proto-Germanic skit, right? He skit his pants. Source also North Frisian. Who the fuck gives a fuck about some Frisian people, man? You know, we even heard these people. Dutch Schjetchen. So see how they put the CH and the IJ? Schjetchen. Yeah, whatever. And the pie is from Skeet. Skeet. So remember we got that the rap song, right? Skeet, skeet, skeet. What does that have to do? Believe it or not, it has to do with shit. Now, you can sit there and say, well, we ebonics the word and we changed the meaning. Yeah, I can, just like the whites. Can't change meanings of words. How the fuck do you communicate? Now, skeet means, or skit means to cut, to split, to divide, right? No offense, your brown eye is from your cut where the sun don't shine, right? It's from where your legs split, right? It's from where they divide, right? It's from where your legs separate. And when you shit, you separate, right? You ate something called matter. It doesn't matter what kind of matter it is. You can eat a nickel, it's still gonna come back a nickel. You can eat a penny, it's still gonna come back a penny. You can eat a piece of wood, it's gonna come back a brown piece of wood. You see what I mean? You can eat a bean, but all these things are matter. Whether it breaks down inside of you is irrelevant. But when it comes out, when you separate from it, when you divide it from yourself, the notion of a separation when you're taking a shit, it's a separation from the body, right? Let's be real. This is what it's saying. Where's pi? Pi means root, right? Every time we see pi, that's the root. All right. So it's considered, and even in vulgar publications, it distinguished by dashes. So poop trail, right? Left a skit line. All right. In extensive slang means to lie, to tease. Okay, so Girgashite, to disrespect. It's now a jocular or slightly euphemistic and chiefly British variant of a noun formally. What the ever, man? It means shit. All right, so look, let's go into Gerga. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type in Gerga and we're going to hit this little fucking little eyeglass thingy right here. And what comes up first? Gerga. That's exactly what we're looking for. Hey, isn't that interesting? Now, Egyptian Arabic. Whoa, when we look at all these other guys that are Canaanites, they're Arabs. So when this says Egyptian Arabic, I think I'm starting to get somewhere. Now, pronounced Gergae, Gergae. There is no Girgashite. It's a city called Gergae. And the people that lived there were Girgashites. And that's the thing. Look, all these others have different suffixes, right? Amorite, Gerga, Girgashite, Girgish, but it's not Girgash. It's Gerga, Gergaite, Gergaite should be what we're looking for. Gergaite, not Girgashite. And that has to do, again, why we're looking in the wrong places when we're trying to find some of these people. So when we look up Gerga, it's a city in Upper, read very slowly, Upper Egypt. Wait a second. You mean to tell me the Canaanites had a fucking city in Upper Egypt? See, this is what I mean, people. If we sit here and play this game, King James Version, it's on that side, right? If we play this game, King James Version is all that, then that means that you're Ham and your families have the curses, which isn't true. We can say that all day, but it's just not true. When we go into the Septuagint and we see all these Asian and Arab and Indian families and see how they're all related, not, ladies and gentlemen, isn't this making sense now? We have videos where I'm calling other people that look like me or kind of like me or close enough to fucking me Canaanites. Now that's great, ladies and gentlemen, if they're actually Canaanites. But if they're not Canaanites, then I'm lying and I'm causing a problem by spreading that lie and keeping that lie going. Now I want you to understand this. Now, when you think about this on the level that I just talked to you about, now look at the Afrocentric people. Now, if these Canaanites had a city in Upper Egypt and they were Canaanites, well, where's their image on the Egyptian wall? If the Canaanites have a ruling city or have a major city in Egypt, wouldn't they be depicted? See, people, this is what we're not understanding. Let us find the truth said something to me. He said, they say a lot of things about history, but until they can actually prove it, it makes me wonder. Now, I'm going to go on a ledge here, and I'm going to just say this. It's interesting how if you have all these Canaanites, and let's just say we only saw the Girgea or the Gergea have a city in Egypt, it's obviously going to be in Egypt while Egypt's popular. You have to start wondering, when did the Canaanites get kicked out of Egypt? When did leprosy happen? Because do the Egyptians write about this act happening? Then you have to start to wonder, is you have to wonder what's going on in Egypt if all these cities belong to different nations. See, it almost makes Mesopotamia seem like it's at Egypt. See, that's the problem that I'm having when I go back and really read this. It's almost like what we call Egypt is it almost seems like it's the Tower of Babel, but ain't no tower. Because at the Tower of Babel, you had all these people groups. At Mesopotamia, you had all these people groups. In Egypt, you had all these people groups. Now, what I'm going to show you, it goes directly against some of the shit I used to teach. But I can see it now. So I'm going to show you so you can see it. Now, Gerga. Gerga is a city in Egypt. All right. Oh, that's what we're looking for right there, right? Yeah, that's where we're going. All right. So we're going to get to this. The Girgashite shit don't even see it say Girgashite, and that don't even work for you because it's Gergae. The Girgashite are the Gergaeans. All right. And here's one of the kings from the Gergaeans. All right. Narmer, Pharaoh of Egypt. Okay. So then they give you the images of Narmer. And now the more you look at these fucking images of Narmer, uh, you might come to the conclusion that that's not an Afro person. That's not at all. Now you can look at stones like this. Now certainly this looks like an African person or an Afro person. All right. Even this. But we don't have any evidence that these are Narmer. Yeah, how is that King Khufu and King Nammer at the same time? If they're not sharing the same name, then we just calling any statue any name. Now, if all these encyclopedia, see, Narmer palette reverse, right? Now, I don't think this is showing means. I mean, it could be, but I don't know. Every time I see this, it's Narmer, and it's always this cat, and he always got these cats. Now, we've seen this picture before, all right? And again, when you look at the way his nose is, this is the bigger picture. The way his nose is, the way his lips are, this does not look like an African. Now, I ain't gonna sit here for 20 minutes trying to convince you. I'm gonna show you all these damn different pictures of the same face wearing different crowns, and I'm gonna just keep showing you this motherfucker don't look like no African, and he don't look like no Afro-Asian. Now, he doesn't look like the Afrocentric viewpoint, and he does not look like what I consider reality based off of books. Because in books, we're Afro-Asian, we're not fucking African. All right, so it says Horus Narmer is usually considered the first king of the first dynasty, perhaps even the first to have ruled over the whole of Egypt, or as the last king of the pre-dynastic pyramid. He is one of the first Egyptian kings to have left some historical record. Now, here's the point that's important. This motherfucker comes out of Girgea. Now, you got it? Now, Girgea, Egyptian Girgea, right, is a city in Sohag Governorate of Upper Egypt. So they're governing over Egypt, people. The Gergea or the Girgashite are governing over Egypt. So when I show you this picture and they're telling you this dude's the first king of the first dynasty, and I'm sure you can see for yourself without my mouth, this ain't no afros, people. There's, see the guy, he's got his fist around? That's the afros, people. Now, we can get into all this one day. Don't matter to me. The people that are labeled Canaanites is what matters. When we go to Strong's Concordance, it says Girgashite, and it gives you this long spelling, and you know this isn't going to help. Usually, this right here, what's highlighted, is what helps. Unfortunately, what you need to find these people is this highlighted word right there. Gergea or Gergea, whatever, however you pronounce it. So this was useless. Now, the Gerga. Gerga was the capital of the Gerga Governorate until 1960 when the capital was moved to Sohag and the name of the governorate changed accordingly. So then they have history of it. The city was home to the headquarters of the first pharaoh of the unified Egypt, Narmer. So if this city is still up today, this is one of the fucking oldest cities. You know that and I know that right now. If this city was around during the first pharaoh and is still around today, that shit's crazy. The city has been known as Girgashite. See it as one, Girgashite, or Gergae. Now, one time it was the center of Ottoman rule in the South Egypt. One of the largest cities in the Ottoman Empire. So you see how that works, right? So no more. See, Upper Egypt is in the south, right? Upper. I don't give a shit what they say about New York. California is in the south. Texas is in the south. Florida is in the south. Those are the three money-making places. The only place in the north that competes with those three places is New York. Now, I'm not going to argue how much money New York makes first, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to say that, wow, it's kind of funny how America is set up just like Egypt. The richer cities are in the south. So, here's something that you type in. So, it's said that they are the Gergean people. Okay, so when I typed in Gergean people, they were like, listen, Negro. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm not no fucking Negro. And they're like, hey, I don't want to get into it, but this is the real name. So they pop this name up, and when I type in Gergean, they give me Georgian. Anybody notice anything familiar coming out of this this side of the screen? Anywhere around right here? Okay, that's right. So you have people that have a fucking name that go back to the Septuagint that point that they are Chanaanites. And when you catch up to their modern name, you find first off the Roman cross. How embarrassing. How could we not know this? How could all your Christian Israelite Bible camps not show you the true Canaanites and show you that the Canaanites are ruling over you? Now, where is the country of Georgia? Now, this is bonus material, people. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go ahead and click Google. Oh, there it is, Google. And it says the country of Georgia. So we're typing Georgia, country. And we want to see where Georgia is, because I want you all to understand these people came from wherever you call home to Chamites. If you think that Chamites' home is in Asia, then these people are still in their home. If you think that Chamites' home is in Africa, then you see these people have migrated out of where they came from. I'll put it to you like this. If we sit there and read and it says that their home city is in Upper Egypt, which is in the south, then that means that their home is in Africa. That means they're not in fucking Africa. When somebody says, everybody go home, go where you belong, they're going back to Africa. You know what these people look like? Well, I'll show you this real quick. Here we have Georgian people, okay? So we're going to look at Georgian people when we get over here. But first, we're going to go to look at Namar. Now, Namar was the ancient king, the Egyptian king of the early dynastic period. Probably the successor to the proto-dynastic kings Scorpion and or Ka. Now, remember, Cain went to Khan, Chan went to Khan, and then back down to Can. If you drop the N from Can, you got Ka, right? All right. Oh, if you want to get into it, Namar, you did see Namar was called Horus, right? Like Horus Namar. Don't get me fucking started with these Afrocentric dumbasses that I can read a book, but I can't read the main one. Don't get me started with them. They're fucking dumb as fuck, man. I should just go on a fucking city tour, show them how fucking stupid they are. What's your first stop? Atlanta. Look at how much money these niggas done swindled out of your asses. Dear Atlanta, every one of your black authority bookstores is a lie. There's no such thing as a black African. What you have there today is tribes that were forced there or conquered there. They're not original to those places. You see this pale motherfucker right here? They're original to Africa. You see these Avardi people? How fucking you say it? Ark Avardi. They are native to Africa. People you've been lied to in such a dramatic fucking way. I can't even express it in just kind, polite words. It incites me to just start swearing. I want to stomp shit. I want to kill bears. I want to debill ducks. I want to do just things to just anger the fucking world. That's how angry I am. I want everybody at the same level of angry that I am. So when I step out of the fucking house and kick somebody's fucking face off for calling me an African, everybody will understand. Because they're up to here with all the other bullshit that's going on. So, Narmer, we can read about him anytime. We're not here about Narmer. But the Gurian too means the. Gurian, the Egyptian king, you can find out all about fucking this shit. Now, they want to argue King Tut's black and all this shit. You can fucking argue all that shit you want. You can argue all that shit you want. Because when you go into this book shows you the fucking truth. You've just been told Ham is black. You even read that Zondervan shit where Ham's the father of the dark-skinned races. And he's not. He's not. You have Afro. You're either Japhet or you're Shem. Now, I'm going to say that again. You have an afro. You're a Japhet, Iapetus, or you're a Shem or Sem. Now, here's the key. Brother already broke down the vases. He already broke down the scripture that showed the first Greeks was dark skin. Menes paints the vases brown, paints himself on the vases dark as night. So when you talk about people that are dark as night, you're talking about Japhetites. That is my great assumption. And eventually it'll show itself. Look, once you start appointing where everybody goes, then there's only a few spaces left that aren't filled. No. If we're not the Egyptians, if we're not the Canaanites, then we ain't Chamites. If we own the Egyptian walls as slaves, then the rest of the story is pretty much written. Now, let's look at what the Georgian people now, when they say whites ruled Europe, their definition, see, here's the problem. Their motherfucking definitions prove it. The thing is the whites that are on top of us now are not the Georgian people. The whites that are on top of us now have never stepped foot in Egypt. See, this is the part that we don't understand. We think they're one whole race. They're not one whole race. A few of them came from the Chamites. The rest of them are the descendants of the Nephilim. Now, if the European male does his DNA test and they tell you mostly all European males has SLC24A5, that's a goddamn fish gene. Now, I'll never get around this. SLC space 24, I don't need no space. SLC24A5 genetic mutation. No, it's no mutation. That means something came into a bloodline and a new male seed fucked in. That's what that means. It don't mean absolutely nothing else. There's no such thing as a mutation. You don't mutate. Either your father's man or you're just a guest. Now, we left off at the Georgian people, and this is what the Georgian people look like. All right. Now, these people came out of Africa. Now, this video ain't gonna come down because this is straight up word for word matching definition. All right. Now, what else we got on here? Now, it said the Gurian Egyptian king, right? King Abdullah. You got it? This is the fucking king of Egypt. When I told you it was the king of Arab Egypt, and you guys were like, no, 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 I fucking told you, man. And I hate to be like that guy and be like, oh, I told you so. I fucking told you so. The Egyptian saint Mar Girgis, Prince of Martyrs. Do you see this motherfucker right there? That ain't no Prince of Martyrs. Does anybody know who that is? Anybody? That's Saint fucking George. The motherfucker that ran around killing dragons. You think I'm bullshitting? These motherfuckers are claiming, let me give me a Google. These motherfuckers are claiming St. George is part of their bloodline. Saintgorg. Now, don't it make sense? They're fucking Girgea, right? Girgashite, George, Gerg. When we looked at Gergaean, it took us to Georgian, didn't it? Well, look at the picture. Here's St. George, always with a what? With a joust through a fucking dragon, right? There you go. Joust through a dragon. Joust through a this is going to be funny. Joust. Whoa. They draw that white man with an afro? Did they try to draw him like Revelation? Now you see where they get their image of Jesus from. Oh! How many times? Okay. How many times can we do this in 30 seconds? Hey, where'd you buy that from? Okay. Who made that for you? Okay. No, seriously. Didn't they say they got Jesus out of Egypt? But you're still focused on Black Egypt, which does not exist. It's a fallacy. That means it's a penis, right? It's a lie. There is no Black Egypt. These motherfuckers, I don't care if they went up and drew fucking black pictures on the fucking walls afterwards. The fucking dictionary credits these people as ruling. They don't say there's one black city there. Here's your St. George. Here's your fucking Georgian people who push this uh, uh, Egyptian Saint Margrius, the white man versus the dragon. Don't they talk about the dragon of Revelation? I don't care if there are dragons. Listen, this motherfucker's from Libya, right? Look, I just highlighted the sentence. 307 AD. Listen, he was executed on orders of Diocletian, whatever, in fucking 307. Same time as Maccabees, same time Alexander the Great's alive. You've been same time Rome's supposed to be gone and the fucking Spartan stance is supposed to happen. Same time frame. And Antiochus Epiphanes. Same time frame. Altar, put the swine on the altar. Same time frame. At the hanging church of Old Carrera, blah, 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 blah. Another popular tale associated with who? St. George, his slaying of the dragon. The story that is supposed to have happened in Libya is supposed to happen in Libya, right? It's depicted often in church icons. We see what? Margrigus, St. George, riding in full, what kind of apparel? Roman. Didn't it just say this motherfucker died at the hands of Rome? So check this out. So this was an enemy to Rome, and then they always draw him in Roman apparel, riding in full Roman apparel, killing a crocodile-like dragon. What does that say? What? The serpent will eat dust. It will crawl on its belly like dust. Didn't I say that's a crocodile or alligator? Over and over and over and over and over again. You guys don't want to hear it. There's not enough high fives. There's not enough ass smacking. There ain't no goddamn numbers on my fucking chest. I don't call this a jersey. So it's just no point for you guys to be here, right? It's fine by me. Hit the motherfucking road. So here, he was born in 280. You know, so 280, so that's going down, that's after, that's AD, right? So that's 280, 281 comes next, right? So then they're telling you that he was executed in 307, so 280, so he was, what, 27 years old when he died. So listen, you might not believe this, but don't this make sense about the 27 Club now? Now, why they kill all these motherfuckers when they're 27? Now, look at the fame St. George got for killing some fucking dragons. Now, okay, this isn't some easy achievement, all right? And this is why the motherfucker always being shown or drawn with the joust. You've got to understand these dragons are dangerous. Is a crocodile dangerous? Is an alligator dangerous? Is he dealing with a crocodile or alligator at this time? Or is he dealing with something wilder? Whatever he's dealing with, he kills it. And everybody goes ecstatic. Because whatever it was a threat to everybody. Plus, they lived at a time with no TV, no internet. I mean, you fucking build a chimney, everybody's like, woo, we went to the moon. So killing a dragon, shit, I mean, they liable to make you Jesus in the future. Okay, so let's wrap this up. You have the Gergaean, which is the Georgian, the Gergaean Egyptian king. All right. So why do these people like have kings, palaces, the Sharif, right? The Egyptian president, King Solomon, right? So that's Solomon, right? They take the name Solomon. King Solomon held talks with the Egyptian president, right? So they dress the fucking same, right? The Saudi king, excuse me, the King Solomon of what? Gurian or the Georgian king sat with the Egyptian president and they both wearing the same fucking shit, right? So don't you see that the fucking Georgians still rule over Egypt today? It's theirs. It has been theirs. Now you need to ask yourself, why is there black images in there? Is it all to trick you? Ladies and gentlemen, this is really important. Look, I thought I had myself a little 10-minute video here. Now you see where the country of Georgia is. There's Turkey right there. All right? If this helps it any bit. There's Syria. This area down here is where they tell you Israel is. Down here is where Palestine is and no longer on the map. Palestine was eradicated from the map. Is that not what it says in the book of Zephaniah? Is anybody paying attention? Zephaniah or Zechariah? Shit, I better pay attention. All right, so SLC 2485. Some people are people, some people are pretending. People aren't people, but okay, whatever. Sodium, potassium. Hey, listen, man. How the sun sees us. That's a critical video right now, right? Ho. It's what you look like. It's what you look like in ultraviolet. Now that it's fully set in, that's how the sun sees you. Now, yeah, ooh. Now, think what the sun says daily. Now, what if all these people are right? And some people don't belong here on Earth. They're just here to overthrow man. An ultraviolet camera can show not yet visible changes to your skin. Now, I want you to watch everybody's reaction when they initially see themselves with darker skin. Remember their reactions too. And feel free, if you think I'm going too fast with this, open it up on your screen. Watch it for yourself. How the sun sees you. You saw me type in the completely wrong title, and it still came up on screen. Stop acting like you gotta be fucking perfect. Now, Do you see that look she got right there? Oh, fuck, I'm a nigger. Let's watch that again. That's classic. Happiness, happiness, yay. White privilege, yay. Oh my God, I'm black. Oh. You can get this classic look out of each and every one of these people. If they don't give that look, lo and behold, those are people that will bet you. That's just the reality of this society. Now, now, you see how what Huck Finn just said? Let's watch Huckleberry Finn again. You ready? Oh my God! 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 That motherfucker happy. that that's a funny look right there, right? So see, all the children are already dark. No matter what nationality they are, they're already born with quote unquote healthy skin. I'm gonna rewind that again. You got a problem with that? Take it up with the author of the video. Why would he write on screen? Everyone is pretty much born with healthy skin, and then start showing everybody's got a dark skin in ultraviolet light at different ages. You see that? Puberty. At puberty. If you hit puberty early, then it happens early. And that's just how it is. Now watch. Watch what happens at puberty. It starts stripping away. You're no longer protected. Healthy skin's easy to spot. Here, we're going to play a game. We're going to say, if they're not white, we'll just call them a foreigner. Now, understand, people that classify themselves as white are foreign to this fucking place, but we'll play because it's their caste system. All right, so this person would be foreign, right? So let's go back. All right, healthy skin is easy to spot, right? Let's go. Foreign, 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 same person. You leave her on screen, right on. All right, so how come they didn't show any just straight white people? Now, I left that time for you to fill in that answer yourself. No matter what color you are, white, black, purple, red, whatever. Now, listen to me. If you classify yourself as white, if you're classified as white, you can completely see on screen through these definitions that something is very wrong with the origin of you. Now, take into mind colonization. Take into mind how no white people want to account for the actions that their forefathers did for you to be here in the promised land. What does this Bible that you cherish say? It says somebody's got to pay. That's the moral to every story. In fact, every story is literally telling you about the situation of an eye for an eye. I hope you're aware of that. I hope because you sit there and say, oh, I don't do anything, blah, 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 that you feel like that's going to get you out of everything. Because I don't have control over judgment, but it's easy for me to point out things that we're all going to be judged for. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're at the end of this video. I truly like you to verbally confront Afrocentric people. They've been lied to a great degree. The ones that are holding degrees are lying to you on purpose. They weren't tricked. They're just purposely lying to you for a paycheck. Now remember, we're not the Canaanites. We're the children of Adam. These people believe in Jesus. They already know you're the brothers and sisters to their belief to God, which already, with their own writing, makes you the children of the Creator. They knew this then. They know this now. Now, if you have an afro like I do, you have a darker complexion, if the caste system is against you, and you see all these things lined up, and this Bible tells you about children of the Most High and children of Lucifer, then I've got to admit, it's really not hard to figure out who the people that oppress us truly are.